Hi everybody, it's Erica here at Discount Fabric Warehouse, and I'm going to show you how to accurately cut with your quilting tools. So the first thing that you're going to need is a rotary mat. I like the really large one, the 24 by 36, because you can cut your long cuts without having to adjust your fabric. This small one is nice for bringing to class. The second thing that you're going to need, you have different size rulers, but you definitely need to start off with the large one. This is a 6 by 24. The nice part about this one is, again, if you look on the mat, I'll be able to cut one full cut without having to move my fabric, okay? And then you're going to be more accurate. And the last thing you're going to need is a rotary cutter. This one is a nice ergonomic one that locks, okay? And so that's a nice one. And then you also have this one. It will also lock. They make them in different sizes, you know, you can get a really large one, but for just starting out, I recommend the 45mm blade, okay? So what you're gonna do when you're squaring off a fabric, we're gonna make a quilt with this fabric. And so you have your fabric, and the folded edge should always be towards you. That way when you're squaring off, okay, we have not a clean edge, right? So the first thing you're gonna do is use one of the lines on the ruler and line that up even with the folded edge, okay? And you're gonna hold it. I like to have my hand open. That gives you more pressure so that it's less likely to slide. And your rotary cutter should be at a 45-degree angle. You're just gonna start in front of the fabric, and you're just sliding it by keeping it up against the ruler and just sliding it straight forward. If you notice, I was not using the line on the mat. If you use the line on the mat, you're going to be less accurate. And the reason for that, when you look at the mat, is you can see you have smaller, thinner lines and thicker lines. So you can have inconsistencies. The lines on your ruler are always going to be the same. So after we've cut our first cut, now you're going to rotate your fabric, and we're gonna put it on this side now. And we can then use our squared off edge and our ruler as our measuring tool. So we want a 4.5 inch strip. So I'm gonna go over 4 inches, and each one of these lines is a 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna go to the second line there. So I'm lining it up 4.5 here with the edge of my fabric. And then I'm also still making sure that the line on the bottom is still even with my folded edge of my fabric. Okay, again, put a lot of pressure here and just straight forward. And see, you've got one nice clean cut. You can see I need a new rotary blade. Okay, so then we again are gonna just go again 4.5, line up at the bottom edge, and that way you can keep making sure that you're squared off accurately. Okay, and you just continue doing that until you wanna make your secondary cuts if you're doing sub cuts. Okay, have fun quilting.